Welcome to Evilive, the live media commentary show that answers the question, can you ever have enough gratuitous ugly dog licking?
Absolutely not is the answer.
There you go. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, because today we are giving you our spoiler-filled review of the Deadpool and the Wolverine. So what were your initial thoughts?
Like I told you, I was so fucking nervous because every single person I know that has seen it so far has told me it's the best one yet. And, you know, I don't always trust everybody's opinions. Holy shit. So I went in high expectations, and my expectations were completely fucking shot and skull fucked because, god damn it, this movie was amazing.
Yeah, I've never had any, like, comic connection with Deadpool. I don't know anything about it. I watched the first film and there was a couple out loud laughs. I watched the second film in the theater with my son and there was a couple out loud laughs. I didn't stop this whole film.
Yeah.
It was just me and my wife just like guffawing the whole time.
That's it was. Did you at least get a chance to see it with a packed audience?
No,
as well?
There was only one other group in there.
Oh my god. Yeah, we when we went, it was a packed fucking show. I think it was actually a sold out screening.
Oh, shit. So
it was just loud as fucking rowdy. It was, God, it was great.
That's
honestly,
awesome.
I haven't been to a movie this crazy as far as like audience interaction since probably the second It.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it was nice. It reminded me why I go to the movies.
Yeah. There is something to be said about that communal experience, especially when everyone's like sort of on the same wavelength and you don't have like those like off like land weirdos. They're like just shouting at the wrong things or talking to the screen as if they could have a conversation with it. Like there's always got to be, in my personal experience, someone that's got to do something to fuck up the experience. And rarely, like the last time I remember it was with Barbarian in the theater, a horror film. And then with this, but this was just sort of me and my wife as usual. Evil Dead was the same way. When we saw Evil Dead, we were like screaming out too.
Hell yeah.
So you just, you know, you have some fun and I don't know, man.
Yeah. I got shushed during this.
You got shushed?
Yeah. It was the credits or the trailers though.
You got shushed during the trailers?
Yeah. To be fair, it was my wife because I was embarrassing her. But yeah, you know, the next Captain America one. Like I don't give a flying fuck about Captain America at all. It's like Superman to me. And I know, I'm sorry, that's a sacred horse to you. I don't like Superman.
It's okay.
There's exceptions like Injustice Superman, Red Sun Superman, and post Death of Superman,
Brightburn Superman.
I can obviously bright. Yeah, I mean let's not be stupid here, but like Captain America, I can't stand. But the last like 2 seconds of that trailer where we finally, after what has it been, 20 fucking years almost of Marvel movies, we are finally getting the character that was teased in the first fucking Iron Man movie, and that's the Red Hulk.
Oh, right.
The whole time I'm just like, yeah, I don't give a. This is fucking stupid. Let's just hurry and get over. God damn it! I guess I'm going. And yeah, I got.
You want me to spoil something for you?
What?
I heard that Harrison Ford is the Red Hulk.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that. To be honest, well, the thing is, there's, if I remember correctly, there's actually been 2 different General Thaddeus's, because that's who the Red Hulk is. Not, you know, that's basically the Bruce Banner of Red Hulk. Yeah. And at the end of Iron Man 1, when he's talking about other people, that's who he's talking to is General Thaddeus, and General Thaddeus is the Red Hulk. So yeah, they finally fucking got me. Bastards. I thought I checked out of the Marvelverse long ago, and I gotta watch a stupid Captain America movie. Yeah.
I can't stand this Captain America. This Captain America is very much TV Captain America, not film. All right, anyway, so this is directed by Sean Levy, written by Ryan Reynolds, Rhett Reese, Paul Wernock, Zeb Wills, and Sean Levy. Released the 26th of July, budget of $200 million, and it is just killing it in the box office.
Somehow Longlegs is doing better, but
I don't get that.
I don't either, at all.
We should take like a good solid 20 minutes and just talk about it. Fucking piss people off. So here's the log line of this film. And this is sort of when, like, the logic of this film doesn't really work for me, but I don't really care. So this isn't that type of a film that I would care about that. The logline is Wolverine is recovering from his injuries when he crosses paths with a loudmouth Deadpool. They team up to defeat a common enemy. Could you be more vague and random? Like he's not recovering from his injuries unless you're talking about emotions.
That's an injury, man.
And if those are injuries, then I need to rethink my whole childhood. Right? I don't want to do that today.
Yeah, we're all broken, and this movie was just explaining how broken we are.
So goddamn funny. All right, so of course Ryan Reynolds is Wade Wilson / Deadpool. Hugh Jackman's reprising his role after swearing off the character as James Logan Howlett, or Wolverine, or Weapon X. And we got some surprise people in this.
Oh my god. Yeah, you could just call this Deadpool 3 the cameos. Usually I hate that shit. I think it's stupid, but the context of the film and just how fourth wall breaking it is, but not in like a really grating kind of way.
Yeah.
Like it's perfect. Like, okay, before we get into it, I got to ask, favorite cameo in this film?
Fucking Cavill.
Same. I just looked at my wife. I'm like, can we have that Wolverine?
Dude, I almost came.
Yeah.
I was so excited when he turned around, and I was just like, oh, does that mean? Could it mean? Could it possibly be? Yeah. Like, that would be... Because, again, I am a Superman fan, and he's my favorite Superman of all time.
I'll agree with that,
all time.
He's my favorite.
If he could also be my favorite Marvel character, like, that would be the greatest moment of my entire life. And I have 2 kids, and I'm married. And it would be the best moment.
So. I mean, yeah, obviously you got nothing else to compare it to.
So yeah, that for me, what was your biggest? It was Cavill?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like you look at him, you get that profile, and it's like,
Yeah, that's a big dude.
That almost looks like Geralt. And then he turns around, it's like, why can't we have that Wolverine? Yeah. I mean, I'm glad we got Hugh Jackman. And I also love the fact that they were talking shit on the fact that, Disney's got you now. You're going to be playing this till you're 90. Like, I love that. And then, of course, we get the reveal that Robert Downey Jr. actually is going to be in this movie or in this franchise until he's in his 90s.
Yeah.
Afterwards. But yeah, that shit, it was just like, fuck, I want to see him play Wolverine.
I think if it's just like a one-off, it would be amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many reasons why he shouldn't. He's way too big, like tall.
Yeah.
When we saw first, okay, so let's go through this because there's some really ridiculous, awesome things that we got to talk about. The premise is after Logan, the film where Wolverine dies in this timeline, he was like the linchpin. I can't remember what the vernacular they used. He was like the linchpin.
Yeah, I think it was the
universe.
Lynch character.
But ultimately, it meant that this whole universe is dying. So a sort of a rogue branch of the TSA, I think because he just didn't like to wait. He hated waiting for timelines to slowly decay. So he's like, fuck it, I'm going rogue. And he just decides to create a machine to speed the process up.
Well, the thing is that the machine was already in existence. It's just
assembling it or something.
Well, he was using it like it wasn't. Holy shit! I just had a complete brain fart on words. Yeah, he basically, like you said, he was going rogue. Like it's something that already exists with that branch of the Time Variant Authority. Yeah. But he unsanctioned. It was an unsanctioned use of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I saw the first season of Loki, so I get sort of like the nonsense of the TSA and timelines and stuff like that. But I just don't care enough to like look into anything about it. And I never saw the second season, which I heard was supposed to be like great.
I couldn't even get past the first episode, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, wow.
I got bored.
I
really want to like Marvel shit, but it's so hard for me to give a fuck anymore.
Yeah. It's just so very formulaic and messagey.
Well, I was discussing it with a client the other day. It's very much, it's almost like Everybody Loves Raymond, where Everybody Loves Raymond. Just listen. So if you were to take a metronome, right, and a piece of paper, you could literally time out an entire episode of Everybody Loves Raymond. Like you got the, here's the slow part, here's the click, click, click of the jokes,
All right,
here's the laughs.
I'm tracking.
It's literally the same in every fucking episode, where you can literally just, it's math. It's not even art, it's math. That's the same with fucking Marvel at this point. They are all just cookie cutter movies, just with different coats of paint.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll buy that for $1. So anyway, like the TSA, like clearly neither of us really give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't come to watch this for a narrative-driven, exciting adventure drama. I only came to this because of Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I like Deadpool from the first 2 films. No connection otherwise. Wolverine's my favorite X-Men character, Marvel character, and Hugh Jackman's never let me down.
Yeah.
So yeah, like they could literally have no story. It could be them just watching television, like a Dude, Where's My Car scenario, and I would still watch it.
I want that sequel. Yeah, I'd fucking eat that up. Well, it's like the chemistry between them is amazing.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a buddy comedy that just so happens to be around superheroes with a whole lot of dick and fart jokes and gratuitous murder.
That opening sequence of him taking Logan's like adamantium coated bones, and which here's something that I've never really fully understood. They injected his bones. They didn't get his teeth. Like, aren't teeth bones? But they didn't. Anyway, so
I've never considered that.
I just once I saw the skull, I was like, right. For everyone to know, Cameron's dying on us. He may not make it.
I'm just slowly dying, but I had to talk about this movie because god damn it, was it so good.
We appreciate it, man. Well, I don't know if anyone else does. I appreciate it, man. No, this is awesome. This is one of those films that I wanted to see with other guy friends, because there's just like, you can only laugh at so many dick jokes with your wife if we have to like explain a couple of them. And I don't like doing that. I like laughing with people who know. You know, that sort of laugh, you look over and you're just like, yeah, I get it. And you're like, yes, you do. That's what I like. Yeah, that's why I also have sex in groups.
It's just practical. Plus, at least doing like the whole group thing, like you can kind of like step aside for a second, kind of catch your breath, and nobody realizes
hydrate.
And you don't have stamina, you don't really have much of anything going on, but you're still there, so you're a participant.
Yeah, it's really the excitement that keeps them inviting us back. Like, well, he's really excited. I mean, does that
he sure has a lot of gumption.
He's got a lot of get up and go, that guy. Not so much in the sex department, but in enthusiasm.
Yeah, enthusiasm. He's got that in spades.
And that is very much this film. It's just like the energy of it was constantly up, from him mocking the TSA or TVA or whatever the fuck it is, to just him. First of all, let's deal with that. So he goes, they're like, look, we're going to make you someone special. You want to be someone special? He's like kicked out of the idea of being part of the Avengers or something. He loses his girlfriend because he's just not motivated, which, am I right, girls?
It happens.
And then this guy's just like, look, this timeline's ending. You want to be an Avenger? I can get you in this other timeline. Just, hop, skip, and jump. You can be a Marvel Jesus. And that's like a sort of a running little joke.
That was my favorite part, because I saw 3 people walk out after that. This is one of those movies, too, where it's like, why are you even there, much less opening weekend, if you're sensitive?
Wow.
Like,
at a Deadpool show.
Yeah, it's like, it's going to be nothing but like literal dick and fart jokes, a lot of overt homosexuality, and a lot of gore. Like, how... Yeah. If you like Jesus even a little bit, you're gonna hate this.
Well, I don't know. If you actually liked the historical Jesus, who hung out with 12 other men on and off for years at a time, maybe you should like this.
Or if you're a fan of the King James Bible, which King James was a flaming homosexual.
Well, there you go. that actually explains a lot when I rethink about it.
Oh yeah,
it's just a lot of self-hatred. Huh? We just figured out Christianity.
Yeah.
So I really love the idea of him like, okay, look, I'm going to save this. I'm going to go get a new Wolverine for our timeline so I don't lose all the people I care about. I'm not going to go to your new special timeline no matter what. I'm in this. We're going to get Wolverine. We're going to win this thing. And then he goes and sees like all the different Wolverine cameos.
Oh my God.
Fucking hell.
It was so good. Okay. Out of all of those, other than Cavill, because like Cavill, that's great because that's spank bank material.
Yeah.
Like, let's not cut hairs or anything. Like, it's when you need.
I mean, definitely cut the hair before you fuck him.
Yeah, definitely. Because then it looks a lot bigger.
Yeah.
But yeah, so out of all of the different Wolverines that he saw, which one was your favorite?
That's tough because I have a lot. Just pure impact was the tiny one. Just
same
shocking impact. I was just like, oh shit,
that's him. Like Wolverine is a little bitty guy.
Yeah, that's why I was always championing Danzig to be Wolverine back in the day.
Dude, I'd still fucking champion that shit, but only if he directed it.
Oh my god.
You still need to see Death.
You just want to ruin all other Marvel fans.
I do. I want them to be as broken as we are internally so that we can rebuild the franchise because there is a lot of greatness that could be.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It is strange because you look at some of the comic I've already been imbibing here, people.
Yeah, I need to.
Some of the comic just sort of story arcs that happen, and there's sort of like one-off things that aren't connected to anything. There's some insane shit out there. Mm-hmm. Like there is room to do something non-formulaic, really edgy, and just pushing boundaries because people will turn up because they're comic fans, and that's what comics do. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, they're trying to take the hype of comic and then trying to sort of put traditional film tropes to it. And sometimes it works, rarely, but mostly it just lands with a big thud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the problem when you're trying to make something for everybody's mom to enjoy versus people that actually read the books and live in their mother's basement.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
So he goes and sees a lot of amazing versions of Wolverine. He only convinces one of them to join him because he lied to the dude, saying that they could save his universe.
I mean, he didn't necessarily convince him initially. He sort of kidnapped him.
Yeah.
Initially.
That's true. That's true.
And then lied to him. Or sorry, he didn't lie. He used wishful imagination. Or what was it again?
I don't remember.
Yeah, something like that. It really
days ago. My memory doesn't extend that far back.
Fair. I saw it yesterday. I already fucking forgot.
But it was great. Like the whole time, it's like, it's like just keep talking, keep having fun. Because as long as those two are having fun, the rest of us are just here fucking biting our nails. Like, keep going, say it. Oh, you said it. Oh my gosh. Ultimately, they go bring back Wolverine to be the new Lynch, whatever it is. And the dude's like, this is like the worst Wolverine you could possibly get.
That was the best part. Like this is the worst one out of all of them.
And here's the deal. All he did was walk away. He didn't kill all the other X-Men.
Too. That was his MO. Always was. Like, he's a fucking loner. He is a broken man that does not know how to be a part of something.
But how does that make him his version of Wolverine the worst when that's
I think
the thing? That's what
I think it's because that's his idea of what he is. Like, he views himself as the worst because all the mutants died. Because somehow, if he had been there, he would have been able to save them, I guess, even though that's not really true.
Huh. All right. That was just the thing. I thought we were going to find out that this was the Wolverine that like murdered all the other X-Men. Mm-hmm. I was just like,
that honestly, that was sort of the vibe I was picking up, that he like snapped and killed everybody. Or it was like one of the times where the Weapon X programming like kicked in and he just became the fucking soldier that he was. It was funny too because it's like he makes a joke about when he captures him that fuck, are you wearing your underwear? Like, what? You just have this on at all times? And then, of course, we find out at the end, like, why he had it under his shit. Like, he always wears it because that was the only time he had a family, and that's when he felt like he was something. Man. And it's like, God damn it, you can't do that. Like, this is supposed to be a funny movie, and you're going to make me cry? Yeah. Jesus.
I think there was 2 moments like that where he was just sort of monologuing all sorrowfully. And I was just like, this is fucked. This is like Pixar mixed with like stand-up comedy. And you're fucking me up emotionally. I can't handle both extremes at the same time.
Yeah, it's the end of Logan meets Toy Story. Like, it's goofy, bright, fun. And then desperate, bleak Western. And it's like, what the fuck?
It's brutal.
Yeah, so good. So
the TVA or whatever they are banished them to like the netherworld thing. The void. Mm-hmm. And they immediately run across someone.
My God. Okay.
It's probably the best bait and switch in Marvel ever.
Absolutely. Like, and that's great too, because they're already discussing the fact that there's a multiverse.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the ongoing joke with this film is now that Disney owns Fox, all the fucking Fox characters that were fantastic, no pun intended.
Some of them were.
Like, I mean, one pun intended. But like all the fantastic ones, like, guess what? They're a part of this. We can use them now. And then they do. But yeah, the best one was the initial one. Like, we get this beautiful dystopian Mad Max thing going on.
Yeah.
And then you get Chris Evans. He's all acting all stoic and shit. And then the reveal, wow, he's the Human Torch, not Captain America. And God damn it. It's funny, too, because Jana was like, oh, God, he's back. And I was like, I don't know. And they took it off, and it's like, fuck yeah.
I mean, we got a lot of really great 90s era Marvel movies. And, I mean, even when they weren't great, like, quality, they were all we've ever had. And so they were like the best version of them. And so when it's like the original Fantastic Four where he was that dude, like I was like, I remember talking to Shauna, like, he was in Marvel before. He played in the Fantastic Four. Like, we watched that movie, remember? And she's like,
I completely forgot about that shit too.
And so it was just awesome that they like bring him back to do it. There was another version of Fantastic Four that had a guy in it that ended up being, I think, isn't he the guy that Captain America like fights all the time? Sebastian Stan or whatever his name is.
Was he in the Fantastic Four?
No, I think. Never mind. I
was like, I don't remember that shit because I only remember the 2 versions, and really only one of them is a kind of version because we got John Krasinski and Doctor Strange as the multiverse thing, which of course there's a running joke that he's in this multiple times because his doppelganger in the office is in S.H.I.E.L.D. and whatever. That's a real dumb joke.
Fuck.
Yeah, like the only one out of all these. So I guess, well, I don't know. Are we going to go in order or just kind of as we discuss it?
Just go as we discuss.
Okay, so going with the things. So of course we get the first cameo of Chris Evans as the Human Torch reprising his role. They go to Cassandra Nova's joint where we get to see giant dead Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And then they get fucked up. They get the fuck out of there after the Human Torch gets his skin ripped off and he falls apart, which beautiful death.
That was awesome.
Beautiful. Did you stay for the post-credit scene?
No, I did mid-credit montage and I thought that was it.
Nope.
Damn it.
So, all right. So the joke is, everybody was mad at Deadpool because he said all that shit to Cassandra and that's what killed him. But he was, in fact, quoting the Human Torch. And the post-credit scene is him at the TVA with the fucking controller. And he's like, I'm going to show you guys. And there's a camera inside of the ball as they're getting transported. And verbatim, everything that Deadpool said was literally quoting what the Human Torch said.
It's dope.
And he's like, see? Told you fuckers. And then that's it. So it wasn't necessary at all, but it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Especially because we're so used to the fact that Chris Evans is Captain America. Like, he is the goody two-shoes, doesn't swear, yes, sir, no, sir, ultimate politeness, and he's just got this fucking East Coast accent of fucking bitch, fuck. Wonderful. But yeah, so after they leave there, they get to this little hideout place, and that's when we get some of the best cameos.
Super cool.
From some of the worst movies ever.
Yeah.
So we got Jennifer Gardner back as Elektra, which I actually liked her in this. I hated the movie Elektra.
I never even saw it.
You're not missing shit. Wesley Snipes as Blade, which god damn it was that great to see him as Blade again.
I've never seen Blade.
Oh my god, Adam. Oh my god. Not joking at all. You do need to watch the Blade movies. The first one is great. Okay, they're all great in their own ways. The first one, it's a serious movie. It's very akin to like the underworld era of vampire shit.
Right.
3 is probably my favorite just because of how fucking stupid it is. And we get Ryan Reynolds in it.
Oh, really?
It's like that's the movie that taught me the term thunder cunt, and that's been a part of my vernacular since what was that 2004 I think, or 2003. Yeah, they're great movies. You need to watch them. And then like his little quote of because they're talking about the different versions of the different characters in multiverse, and he's like, I'm the first one and I'm the only Blade, and it's like, yeah, motherfucker. Probably. I don't think they're going to release the other Blade. Now the one that got me, I actually had to look it up afterwards because like I might not like the modern Marvel movies, but I know a lot about them because I've seen the vast majority of them. But having Channing Tatum as Gambit, I'm like, that isn't who Gambit was in I don't remember what fucking movie it was. I think it was Wolverine or some shit. But there was a movie where
it was like Days of Future Past where he was in it.
No, it was before that. It was one right before that where we got the first incarnation of Deadpool, where his mouth is like he doesn't have a mouth and he's got katana arms and shit.
Wolverine 2.
Whatever one that was. But that's where we had Gambit. That's the only live action Gambit we had. Come to find out, there was a Gambit film that was supposed to be made, and it was supposed to star Channing Tatum, but it never got developed, or it never got filmed and released.
He was pushing it like Reynolds was pushing Deadpool. Like, he was behind it.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. And you know what? Like, Gambit is my favorite X-Men.
Oh, really?
I would eat that shit up. Like, he pulled that off so well. Like, as soon as he started talking, I forgot who the fuck it was. Like, that's who Remy LeBeau is in my head. And it was like, God damn it, we should have got that fucking movie.
It was pretty hilarious. Like, I don't even know if he was speaking actual words at some points. It really did feel like he was just
that is very, very legit Cajun French.
He just threw marbles in his mouth and just went.
Yeah, no, that's legit.
I would love to see that film, though. Like, I don't really have any emotion. Like, I watched the X-Men cartoon when it came out for the Pizza Hut promo when the series first launched back in the 90s. And I was working at Pizza Hut at the time because I'm a stud like that.
Fuck yeah.
And so I got a free VHS.
Real man work at Pizza Hut.
Yeah. I loved it. So that version of Gambit, I was just like, all right, cool. And then all the video games and stuff, I enjoyed playing the character and stuff, but I was never really invested in him like anyone else. But to see this version and actually see him in live action fighting and the methods and his attitude and his style, like I dig it, man.
Yeah, man.
I'd love to see that film.
All right, now the real kicker, the one that I was waiting for was fucking X-23. What the fuck, Disney? Like, that was the only thing I could think is she is such a good actor.
She's so good.
She was great in this.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened with the Acolyte? Like, I'm not going to go on about that. You guys want to see that, go to the other channel.
Scarred.
There's 8 fucking episodes that are longer than the fucking show itself. But yeah, it was great to see her in something that I wasn't wanting to, like, stick a fucking knife in my eye over.
Yeah. I remember Logan so vividly. Her performance has so much to do with that. Mm-hmm. And there's this moment where she does her her Wolverine scream, and she, like, leaps at people. And it just does something to me. I get, like, crazy stoked and excited. I'm just like, fuck, yeah. I want to join her. She did that in this again, and it got me just like it did the first time. God damn, it's so. I just wanted more of her on screen because it was showcasing like Blade and Gambit. I was just like, fuck them, give me more fucking X-23. Like I need to see Daphne Keaton's character more because she's not only like now she's older, she actually seems a little more like even, emotionally. Because, earlier on she had so much trauma and everything in the original Logan film. This one, she was so much calmer, and she was like sort of talking to Wolverine, trying to share, complex emotional thoughts and stuff, which is just not in the first one at all. And so I was just like, I want to know who this person is now because it's different,
Yeah.
and I like it. And to see her just still go berserk and go crazy, she needs her own goddamn film. Like, for real. If we don't get Wolverine, we should get X-23.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep you up dying too much longer here.
Nah, fuck, I'm good. I need to choke on this or choke out there. It doesn't matter.
What did you think of Cassandra Nova, the big baddie?
Dude.
I mean, the second big baddie.
She was great. Like, absolutely everything that character should have been.
Yeah.
And the fucking finger fucking, god damn it, that shit was so cool and creepy. It reminded me a lot of I mean, in a better way, but almost god damn it, I just had it. It was right there.
Reminded you of
what?
You said it reminded you of something?
Yeah. Never mind. It's already gone. There was another movie where something similar to that happened, and it looked cool for the time, and it just looked goofy as shit. But this like looked great, especially when at the end, when she's fist fucking the Paradox. Oh my god, that shit was just so great.
Yeah, that's like to my wife's great distress. My move. That's all I got. I'm just like and try to get in there. And sometimes it works. Sometimes I win. Sometimes I lose.
Yeah, I mean it's all about patience, honestly.
That's love.
I think she was able to do it because she has really small hands.
But
yeah, if you don't have like extremely small hands and long fingers, she had some freakishly long fingers. Then patience.
Patience and poppers.
Hell yeah! I mean, poppers goes without saying. Like, let's be real here.
No, it was so awesome seeing that. It reminded me of like AI art. Just like weird rando digits popping out of nowhere. I'm just like, like when it went around the eyeball and stuff. It was so cool, so much fun.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't invested in the character, but then they didn't mean for us. It didn't seem like they meant for us to be invested in her and her troubles or contentment or whatever. She was a bitch.
Yeah.
And she was content with being a bitch, and that was her thing. So that's all I need. Like, she's not the point.
Yeah, if you don't know the character outside of the movie, you don't need to know. Like, everything that you need to know about the character was on screen.
Yeah.
It was Xavier's twin. She didn't make it. She's evil. That's it. That's the only backstory you need.
Yeah. I thought the actor did a good job. I had no problem with her at all. I thought it was great. And I kind of dug her style after a little bit.
Yeah, she reminded me a lot of Tilda Swinton Swanson, whatever the fuck her name is, from Constantine.
Oh, I didn't see that one either. I still haven't.
Oh my god, Adam. All right, that's next movie night. I'm going to sit you down and make you watch one of the greatest, worst superhero movies ever.
Really?
It's one of those movies where everybody is amazing. And it's honestly, that movie has my favorite on-screen Satan portrayal ever over Tim Curry.
Oh, I thought you were going to say over Spawn.
Satan's not in Spawn. That's Mel Bolgia.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's a completely different character. He's a different portion of hell. Like, we're not going to get into that
because I will fucking joke, but it didn't land.
But yeah, God, next movie night. Everybody's great in it except for Keanu Reeves because Keanu Reeves is playing Keanu Reeves. Yeah. But it's almost his performance is so bad that it's good.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make you watch that.
I'll watch it. Where were we? So Cassandra Nova, she's just trying to rule in the void or whatever and sort of live her best life. And these guys come in just messing up her day. So they get with the group and they're like, hey, let's go let's go get back at them and, get our way out of here, like fight our way out. And so they're like willing to lay down their life for Deadpool and Wolverine to go and fight their way out. And I didn't think that confrontation was very entertaining at all, but it propelled the story forward. And so I was sort of okay with it because of that.
Really? I really dug it.
Like the way that she just sort of threw Wade to the side and like forced Wolverine to fist the ground. And
oh, that part. Gotcha.
And then like the moment where she gets into his head and then we finally realize that he didn't do anything. He just walked away. Mm-hmm. And that's why he's the worst Wolverine. And I was just like, that fucking damn it. It was like my least favorite part of this whole film is Wolverine's character arc because it didn't make sense that he would be that down. I've walked away from so much in my life. And I have no regret.
It's a little bit different for people like us. Because it's like, I mean, I'm in the same boat. I've walked away from a lot of fucking family in my life, and I will have no regrets over that. Don't care.
I thought Wolverine was soulless like us.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. He's got a heart in there somewhere, I guess.
That bastard. Everyone has a flaw. It's okay. So I do like, I like that they sort of come together and they're like leaping through the thing because they saved her life, letting her out after the really great fight scene and watching Colossus get, wait, it wasn't Colossus, it was Juggernaut get cut down.
Yeah, it was Juggernaut got fucked.
His head ripped off by X-23.
Well, God, the worst part, so the part of the movie that fucked me up was the Achilles cut.
Oh, that was
I don't know why, but that and stuff with the eyes being damaged, that is like the only shit that gets under my skin.
Oh, really?
So seeing her go whoosh, and then the zoom into his legs, I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Yeah, that was great.
That's awesome. I wish they would have pulled the hat, like the helmet out of like the bag and then his head fell out.
Yeah, I was really hoping for that too. I figure that's how it was going to play out.
Yeah.
Because she's a fucking monster, X-23, so I could have seen that happening.
It's just been hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But oh wait, there's like a billion other laps anyway.
Yeah.
Hey Chris, thanks for tuning in, man. We appreciate you.
Oh yeah, you just definitely don't fucking listen to us. Go see that shit.
For sure.
I mean, to be fair, we're not going to spoil shit for you because it's just a Deadpool movie. Yeah. It's you have to experience it.
Yeah.
Period.
It's just chock full of sex jokes.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. I loved that car fight scene between Deadpool and Wolverine. It was like they were trying to go for the longest on-screen fight.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so much so that they like pan out or zoom out and then you're just seeing the tail end of the van and the difference in lighting, like it goes to night then day and then back to night. And then they're just asleep.
Refractory period.
Yeah, God, that show's so funny.
Oh, I loved it so much. Where the fuck are we with this?
Well, so after that, like after they saved Cassandra's life, that's when she pulls out the Doctor Strange ring. She opens the time portal. They fuck off into his realm, and then that's when they are confronted with the Deadpool core.
Yeah. Did Funny Pool or Nice Pool or whatever the hell his name was, Nice Pool, I think. Did that land for you?
Yeah.
It didn't land for me at all.
Well,
it really bugged me.
It's different for me versus you because I read the books. That is one of the characters.
Really?
Yeah. So, plus it's just, that's kind of like Ryan Reynolds' sense of humor.
Yeah.
So it's like you're going into a Ryan Reynolds movie expecting Ryan Reynolds to be playing Ryan Reynolds. I mean, hell, one of the first jokes was when the TVA is fighting him at the very beginning and says some shit about him being a washed up Canadian and he fucking katanas him in the face. It's like, get my country out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, no, I dug it. Like there really wasn't any aspect of the Deadpool core that I did not like. I loved that he brought his family into it. That was pretty fucking funny.
I thought the whole thing was just really entertaining, watching all the variants and seeing them all fight. And then they think they get to the other side and they're fine. And then they all get back up. They're like, damn it.
Yeah. Forgot about the regeneration.
And then maybe the best part, maybe was Peter's balls.
God damn it. So it's hard for me to decide which was my favorite aspect of that, whether it was his very pronounced package or the little portion of his suit that wasn't quite zipped up all the way, so you got the hairy belly button.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like that would be, if I was in a Deadpool costume, that's what I would, not the pronounced balls and stuff, because I'd have stuff a sock in there or something, but the hairy belly button, definitely. And that was just the best part. They're getting ready to fuck him up again. He's already pissed because he didn't stick the landing outside of the bus and just completely ruin the fight. And then Peter shows up and saves the day because they're all just, yay, Peter. We all have Peters. We all love Peters.
Hey, Gregory, how you doing, man? It's the most you laughed in a movie in a long time. Same here. Like,
dude, it was
out loud.
Yeah, I like a movie in theaters. It's been a fucking hot minute. Like, there's been a lot of movies that have made me laugh my ass off quite a bit, but not in theaters for a while.
Yeah, that was a really good time. Even when it wasn't like, firing on all cylinders with the humor, like I still felt the vibe and I appreciated it. It was sort of like a bad joke and a good comedian set.
Yeah.
You just sort of go along for the ride because something else is going to be hitting in a second.
Definitely.
And that was just the whole film. So they go to destroy the machine and have to get through the Deadpool core. And that dog is just like gross and adorable at the same time.
Oh my God.
Like sort of snuggle it.
I fucking love her so much. I desperately want to just squish that face so bad.
Is it Cupcake?
I already forgot her name. And that's the funny thing too. They actually used her real name in the movie, which is not something you usually see. But it was funny because I saw videos and photos of the red carpet premiere, and she was actually there in costume, and it's like, oh my God, that's the cutest fucking thing ever.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's not AI.
Yeah, man, that was God. It was so good.
He was saying he had to have like salmon paste, like painted on his face and in his mouth, so that the dog would go in.
Oh, that's even better.
He was like complaining because it was so fucking gross. Like, yeah, man. I mean, there's real dog owners that are like, they're good with that. That's how they roll. And I just don't. I can't get there as a pet owner.
Yeah, I love my animals. But I would murder for them.
Yeah.
I don't want a tongue in my mouth.
Yeah. I mean, the accidental.
I mean, that shit happens.
Dog, that's herpes. You're gonna get it. It happens.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't have it yet, you're gonna get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a fact.
It's like it's gonna rain at some point. Oh man. No, I loved the dog so much. It was so ugly and retarded. And I did actually really like how he was taking nice pull just because he wanted his gold-plated fucking pistols.
Oh my God.
Like that was as soon as he saw him at first, you're like, oh, he's gonna kill him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's just so funny too because he doesn't know anything about him, but he's assuming, oh yeah, you guys are other Deadpools. Obviously, you're gonna have regenerative properties. Yeah. So he's just using them as a shield. And then he finds out,
make it.
He's not a shield. And head just explodes. But that wasn't even the best part. It was fucking hilarious. But it got better because he was still trying to do CPR on him. And it's just, you hear the lovely squish noises and just blood spurting out oh God, it was so goddamn great.
So fucking funny. Oh man.
Like I feel like I watch a lot of horror movies and I do judge them on how much blood's in them, depending on the horror movie.
Yeah.
This has a lot of them beat.
This was so much gorier from the opening credits that I never expected. I thought Disney would be like, all right, just tame that stuff down, all right?
Well, I just love the fact that the only thing that like they put the kibosh on was cocaine use. And that was a joke throughout the entirety of this fucking movie.
We're not using it.
God, yeah, that shit was so fucking funny.
I love all the
Like they went hard on Disney.
Do you think you have to like have done drugs to get drug humor? Like, is it funny to people who've never done drugs?
I don't know. That's hard. I mean, I've never done drugs myself, so
of course not.
Yeah,
you're an
I'm a good
upstanding young man.
Yeah, I don't know. I've kind of wondered that myself.
Because they make like cocaine jokes. Presumably, it's a desirable thing, which is why you would want to have it around. But if you've never done cocaine, you don't know drugs, and you're just like, what? Is it like a flavor of iced tea I haven't tried yet? Is it like Apple Jacks versus like Captain Crunch? Like, what are we talking here in like specialness? No, it's awesome. It's awesome, people. That's why they want it in. No, I love that they keep running all sorts of jokes like that. Like they were openly talking shit about the multiverse while showing us a multiverse story. It was just like oh my gosh.
Self-deprecating humor.
Deprecation versus openly mocking the person that just allowed you to make this movie.
Yeah.
And like it was all up for grabs. I didn't feel like they pulled any punches.
No.
Like I really do feel like this was 100% what they wanted it to be, which is exciting because that means that Marvel can take risks.
Well, and that's what kind of blew me away, like the level of just how much further this movie has gone than the other two, when it always kind of seemed like Fox gave them carte blanche after the first one. Yeah. But now looking at what they were able to do with this one versus Deadpool 2, it's like, I want to know what the fucking notes were from Fox that like the restrictions, because holy shit, like Disney is notorious for that shit. I mean, they fucking fire people left and right because of making mean tweets.
Yeah.
They fire people because of shit they've said 20 years ago. They don't hire people because they have nude scenes in movies. Which that of course changed when we got Rosario Dawson, but like it's just so weird.
Worth it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's so crazy. All the shit that they won't allow, and then they did this. I mean, frankly, I think it's a money grab. There's no way about it. But it's like they were smart about it and understood, like, let's just let them do whatever the fuck they want, and we get to reap the benefits.
Yeah. I also love those sort of prognosticators and reviewers. They're like, will this save the Marvel universe? It's not going to change anything.
No,
this is just Deadpool taking the piss.
Yeah, it's going to make us want more Deadpool movies.
Yeah, it's going to make them a ton of fucking money. Already has.
Yeah.
Like, this blew out every record this entire year. And for a rated R Deadpool film, like, that's what it's always done. So, like, of course, they're definitely going to make more of these.
Yeah, I mean, Disney's, like, they've been fucked the last year or two with Marvel movies, like, gloriously failing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they needed a W, and they got it with this one.
Hell yeah. Well, I do hope they do more of them. I think.
Yeah, there's no way in hell these are going to stop. Especially when you know anything about the backstory. Like, Ryan Reynolds has been trying to do this shit for decades. Fucking hell. Sorry, lose my voice, I guess. But yeah, he's been trying to do this shit for decades. Like, even before that X-Men movie where he was Deadpool the first time, even before Green Lantern, all that shit, like pretty much from the Van Wilder days, like he has been trying so hard to get Deadpool, like buying up rights to anything that he can. We can pretty much say that his entire career has led to this.
Yeah.
And I mean, great call. Definitely a great call.
Yeah, it's definitely paying off. How did the finale work for you? I mean, ultimately, Cassandra Nova gets the device, and she's going to destroy all timelines or something, so that it's only the Void left, so she can be like, I don't know, queen or something. Mm-hmm. Which, that's my fucking goals too. So I get it.
Yeah.
Ultimately, Wolverine and Deadpool have to do it together to successfully stop the machine, but they think they can do it individually, and they're both trying to sacrifice for each other, or, I don't know, some weird twisted version of them, their own like sanity or ego or something. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, it takes both of them. We have that really awesome moment where Hugh Jackman's shirt just disintegrates.
No fucking reason. The only part of his costume. Just his shirt explodes, and you just hear, like, throughout the audience, it was like you could hear gasps from all the women as well as them soiling themselves. Like, I guarantee half the audience needed new underwear after that scene from the way it sounded.
And Deadpool too, because the way he was like leaning back, like, what?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that shit. God, that was so fucking funny. Well, then of course the reveal, because the Mr. Paradox kept saying, it's like, you can do it, but you're messing with matter and antimatter. If you're a conduit for shorting that, you will not exist. Like, you're not going to go to the void. You're just going to not be. And of course, he, after it happens, Mr. Paradox is caught with his fucking pants down. And he's like, no, I was trying to stop them, blah, blah, blah. They heroically, they saved us and, such and such. And then they show up and they're like, yeah, fuck this guy. He fucking did it. And, gasp, they survived. It's like, of course they survived. It was the two of them together. And, it's somehow it lightens the load on one body if there's another one there.
Yeah.
How, I don't know, but it did, and I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, two regenerating entities, I don't care. I don't need a reason. Makes sense. It was beautiful. It was funny. They connected finally in that one really wonderful moment, and then he ends up just taking him to his timeline, and I'm assuming they have movie nights every month.
Yeah, I would guess that as well.
It's just so awesome. I loved how it didn't have to end in some like cataclysmic thing. It was just like, no, come to my place. And then they end with a party, just like they opened with a party.
It was so funny, them sitting there eating shawarma at the end. Because that was, of course, the post-credit scene from the first Avengers movie, was them having shawarma afterwards. So stupid. Like, a lot of pointless callbacks that just make you go, ha, ha, yeah, I saw that too. But I don't know. Usually in any other kind of film, shit like that will bother me.
Yeah.
But this kind of movie, it's just, it makes sense, and it doesn't take away from it at all.
Well, especially because if you did grow up in the era that all of those Fox Marvel movies were being released, then you're like connected with that universe and those films and those characters and those actors. Yeah. And so like this movie, watching it for me was very much just like, the studio got sold off, Disney bought it up, and we'll never see these versions again for a little while at least. So let's just, sort of like reminisce. Like, this is what it was, what it could have been. And I didn't miss any of like modern Marvel characters because I didn't care. I was like watching the ones I cared about, just sort of giving us a good salute and walking into the darkness. Yeah. Like, I thought it was beautiful. I loved the sort of emotional send-off of all the Fox IP.
Yeah, that especially the credits scene.
Yeah.
Like, that was beautiful. Like, I mean, that's all stuff that if you own those movies, you can watch that. That's all behind the scenes shit. Like, none of that is new stuff. But in the context of, the last 20 years, it's just, it's very much like, we've come a long way, haven't we?
Yeah. It's also weird because we think of it in terms of like this is Fox's version and this is Disney's version. But really, it's just Marvel and different. Like, that's what comics are: is different writers and artists taking their stab at established characters and telling their own stories and then rehashing stuff. And so it's no different than just picking up two different decades of the same comic run. You're just gonna, or the same comic character. You're just gonna get different takes, and it's just nice to sort of like, okay, well, I really liked your take of it. See you later. Have a good one. I do feel like that's kind of what Flash seemed like it was trying to do when it brought in all those sort of legacy characters and stuff in the last Flash movie, but it just didn't land.
I've been trying to convince myself to watch it. I just I can't. I don't know, especially because of what that essentially was supposed to be, but they couldn't do that specific story. And I fucking hate Ezra Miller. Like, that guy's a fucking turd.
He's shit. Yeah. I did like him in Californication. I'll put that out there.
Well, that's different. He's also a player in a much bigger scheme of amazing players. I mean, quite frankly, with the exception of the Craft sequel, you put David Duchovny in anything, and it's just instantly going to elevate whatever that property is.
I got to tell you, though, I'm more inclined to watch it again because he's in it than if he wasn't. I would probably never.
Same. We wouldn't even be talking about it right now if he wasn't in
it. So he's good. He's good stuff. Yeah. All right. So that was kind of the end. We felt good. We laughed the whole goddamn time through the whole film. There's some sort of like ideas that don't really connect with previous ones. Well, specifically the last one, but I didn't care because that's not why I came to watch
so
it.
my question for that, or for you, is what about it didn't?
Well, so the cutscenes of the end of Deadpool 2 was him going back and saving all of X-Force.
Mm-hmm.
And then in this film, he's saying that they were all killed and only a couple of them are there, but not all of them. But he's saying that, like, when he was like giving his credentials, like, no, I had a team. Oh, they sort of died,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not all dead. Like, some of them were at the very beginning of this film, and then in the cutscenes, you like saved them all. So I don't know.
Well, there's also there's a gap of time in between the, not necessarily the end of 2, but the end of what we were seeing with 2 and this point. Because I mean, just like his girlfriend is back.
I can see that.
And it like they kind of explain the timeline a little bit without actually giving us an actual like chronological timeline of the fact that he's back. He has everything that he thought he wanted, but now he has nothing that he wanted, and he's losing everything because of it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, for me, they kind of wrapped all of that up, like the whole presto changeo, this is the end of a franchise type of thing potentially, but how are we going to continue it? I thought they did that pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely something like you blink and you miss it, but I dug it.
Mm-hmm. So what was like your favorite part of this film?
That's a fucking hard one.
Yeah.
Like I'm still at the point where I'm still processing this movie. I really don't know. I mean, I hate to say I hate to say that it's just a single character, but if I was to dumb it down and be like, what's the thing that stuck with me the most so far, it's Gambit. Like, honestly, like having him in there, like a live action Gambit that's not a fucking turd, was amazing. I mean, aside from that, like obviously the Deadpool core fight, like that was all that I wanted. As soon as I found out there was going to be a Deadpool core, it's like obviously they're going to fucking fight each other, because that's just what happens.
Yeah. And
that definitely didn't disappoint. So I'd probably have to say that or Gambit.
Okay. If we're choosing two, I want mine to be like the heart, like the sort of secretly cut out of your chest while you were laughing and slapped in front of you. Mm-hmm. Like when you go to get your popcorn, you just like, ah!
Yeah.
Like just the heart of this film just sneaking in there. I thought I really appreciated and I did not expect. And the action, like I was so impressed. Like usually the opening credits of Deadpool movies are always, super awesome to watch. Mm-hmm. But just like all the way through with all the different characters and all their little scenes that we got to see, all of the action landed for me. Never once did I was like, oh, that person's mailing it in. It was just great. And it kept me interested. I didn't get bored, which could be very easy to do with action stuff. Like they did such a good job with choreography and everything.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, those two things for sure. Did anything not quite land? Clearly not enough to make you hate it, but
no. I honestly can't think of a single thing that I didn't like about this, because it's like the shit that we weren't supposed to like, that was intentional. That was a part of the story. Like certain characters being cunts, like we weren't supposed to like them. That's the whole point of their characters. So no, there really wasn't much. Like there's nothing really that I can think of that I was like, meh.
Yeah, the only thing that is gonna make me not like it is if Cavill is not the next Wolverine. Then I'm gonna be like, you lied to me. You told me. Yeah,
that's fair. I can see that.
I had so much fun with this goddamn film, though.
Yeah.
What about what can you imagine the next Deadpool movie being? Because now it's gonna be like fully integrated.
I have no fucking clue.
We had that little snippet of Thor crying over Deadpool.
See, I think was just a joke. I think that was just a callback to Loki season 1.
Oh, really?
And that's about it. Okay. I think I don't know. I would love to see him just like go through the Marvel universe, because I mean that's a part of Deadpool's shtick. He's done stuff like that. Like he usually is on his own. But every now and then you'll get runs where, Deadpool kills the Marvel universe. Deadpool kills the X-Men. Like I would love to see some shit like that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Like I don't think it's something that would necessarily happen, because I really don't think the general audience could get behind something like that. Because quite frankly, superhero fans aren't comic book readers.
Yeah.
And, typically vice versa. So I don't think any sort of, for lack of a better term, but like deep cuts like that, it's going to happen. But I don't know. That's the thing with these movies is like, even if there's another one coming, like you're not going to guess what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I never would have imagined they'd get Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Through this. So, yeah, I would like to see standalones. I just don't feel like everything has to be universally connected. Mm-hmm. Just tell us like short form good storytelling, or give us like a 1 or a 2 off. Mm-hmm. It's just on its own, doing its own thing, having fun. Like I don't see why you can't do that. I mean, DC's doing it with the Joker, so fuck.
And that's a comic book thing.
Yeah.
Like there's exactly. A lot of comics that you get a one shot, a 3-piece run, maybe 6. And it literally doesn't tie into any sort of current timeline. It's just its own thing. And quite frankly, those are some of the best stories out there. Yeah. Be it Marvel, DC, Vertigo, like any other franchise. Like it's sometimes the small vignettes are the greatest.
Hell yeah. I would love to see that. Like that's my future outlook of Marvel. Like just stop trying to connect everything and just tell good stories. Mm-hmm. All right, man. Anything you want to talk about with this?
No, I think we got it.
We did it. It was fun. Good movie.
Fuck yeah. Go see it if you haven't seen it, people.
For sure.
You will not be disappointed.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and hearing us wax two grown men about a cartoon live action film. Like a comic book live action film. Super awesome. All right. Always remember the evil spelled backwards is live. So get out there and be evil.
Nail Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm. I want him to do an Amityville horror joke in a Deadpool movie.
Dude, I'd lose my shit. Because that's where I ultimately fell in love with him. Man.
Yeah. Yeah.